Put your hand in front of that so we can do a size comparison. Big old swarm from our own hives. Can you feel the heat?
Yeah.
So we have a big swarm in our Sturdy Farms apiary. So I'm going to flip the camera around so that you can see what we have going on here. So Tom's hand is in the middle of the swarm right now. They're not stinging him, but he can feel the heat and the vibrations from the bees.
There's actually some branches in the middle. I can't pull off a big clump of them right there.
We've set up these hives right here, this hive box, and then I put one frame kind of connecting them so maybe they'll use it as a ladder to walk down to these boxes before I start actually clipping branches and shaking them off. This is a pretty big swarm, so there's quite possibly more than one queen in here. We'll have to kind of search through it, look closely while we're watching. Here you got a little bee with some pollen on her. Definitely a box to these because this is a lot of bees. Look, now that he's dumped those bees down there, you can see these bees are now starting to march down towards that box. And you can see how some of these bees are kind of sticking their butts up in the air and fanning. They're releasing a nasonoff pheromone to kind of tell the other, it's like a homing pheromone, telling the other bees to come down here. You can see even in the swarm, the bees are now starting to walk down towards that piece of comb into the hive. Probably should go back and get that other box so that we can get the rest of these bees in there. Let's look for the queen a little bit. Tom's just clipping some branches so he can get it loose from this fence. And then start shaking the little, pieces into the box. It is a huge swarm. We're gonna we just have the one deep box here now. We're gonna have to get at least one more deep box, maybe more. I'm not sure. There's a lot of bees. I think this is about as many as is going to fit in this box. We need to go back and get another box. Okay. I haven't found a queen yet. With a swarm this big, I'm kind of wondering if there's not multiple queens in here, and maybe it's actually more than one swarm that just kind of converge together. I haven't noticed any aggression, James. Of course, I've got my jacket and veil on. Now, yesterday we had to collect a swarm, and it was right when that thunderstorm activity all started, and those guys were not happy. They were a little bit aggressive. These guys don't seem to be so much. Hey, Brian. Just catching more swarms today, because we need more bee colonies. Oh, my word. This season's crazy. We only brought a couple of pro nukes. So we were looking for swarms in this yard. We only brought a couple of pro nukes, which are just little 5-frame bee boxes, and then one 8-frame deep with a bottom board and an telescoping cover. And then we drive up and find this massive swarm. Luckily, we're not too far away from our the shop where we keep all of our beekeeping equipment. So Tom's running up there to get at least another box. So we can fit all these guys in, because there's no way all these bees are fitting in one box. Jamie, I think this is about 5, 6, 7 times the swarm that we took out of your tree the other day. And a lot of the bees are down in the box already. The bees just so deep. Right now we're just going to let them kind of march down and do what they do, because they've pretty much packed out this bottom box. So oh, looks like they're marching down again. So until Tom gets back with another box, they're pretty much everywhere they can be. I haven't seen a queen yet, but there's so many bees here. I probably won't be able to find her. And there may be multiple queens in here. Hey, Mom. Just catching bees. So this is where we are with the huge swarm. Tom got us a second box. So now he's just clipping the vines and the branches behind so we can untangle this last ball and shake it into there. But you can see they haven't all made it in yet. We literally just put that second box in there, so it'll take a minute. I did quickly look through the frames in the bottom box and I didn't see the queen, but there's so many bees on there. Until they spread out some more, it'll be hard to find it. He's going to toss that branch far away so the bees don't reorientate to it because it's got queen pheromone on it. You can see they're all starting to fan again.
Hey, don't do that. Grab a third box.
Oh, you brought a third box? Okay.
Yeah, more. You're going to need it. All these
Well, I was thinking that too. I just didn't know if you brought a third box.
Two boxes.
All right, let me grab that third box. I'll start recording you in a second. All right, so we've got a third deep box now. Lots of confusion going on, but they'll figure it out. Mom's just brushing the bees off the back of the boxes and shaking them into the top box.
You don't like the brush.
They don't like the brush.
I don't blame them. They're smelling all that alarm pheromone on my hands now from getting stung. You might be able to light me a smoker and I could probably push them around a little bit.
All right. You need to brush the bees off the front and dump them in the top.
So that's what we want them to find. You have to leave it here for a minute, you know?
Yeah. So the plan is we'll move that top box over so it's lined up correctly and put the inner cover and the telescoping cover on and probably leave it here for a couple days so it can get situated in there. We'll come back, look for the queen, see what we find, and then move them somewhere else. Spring swarm season. Fun times.